Hi everyone, this is a channel on productivity, personal development and a bit of everything else, and this is the first video in this channel and I'm naming this channel as Upshoot, and let's get into it. So before you prepare for an interview, make sure that you are watching this video because it might add some value to you. This video is basically in two parts and I'm giving the timestamps for these two parts somewhere around here in the frame, and please feel free to skip to those portions if you don't want to sit around to know my introduction. So let's get to it. The year was 2017 and I am just out of university and I did my masters in RF engineering, and I secured a position in Qualcomm as a RF product engineer, and I've never been so proud because Qualcomm has been the destination of the RF engineers for about 20 years right now, and that's a brag. With all those dreams, I was just trying to get into the company, and I kind of felt hamstrung initially because I didn't know that there were so many divisions inside the semiconductor industry, because I was so dumb. I didn't know much about it. I didn't do much of a research about it. So I just wanted to share my experience to you guys so that you are not hamstrung as I am. So these are the 10 departments usually in a semiconductor industry, starting from the design and all the way up to sales. So choosing one of the 10 departments will be very challenging for a fresh grad or a student, because you are just going to apply a position in the company's carriers, but you will not know in which team or which division you are going to end up and what you are going to do in the future. So let's say you are trying to get a position as a test engineer and you wanted to end up becoming a product engineer or a design engineer. So that will actually give you an orientation towards where you have to end up in the future. So you can most companies have a very flexible hierarchy. So if you get inducted into a test engineer and you get trained there, but in parallel, if you're trying to hone the skill sets of a product engineer or a design engineer, you can very well swap at any time you want. To all the students and the fresh grads out there, those who are seeking job or will be seeking a job in the future, you might broadly fall under these categories. So you can do extensive research using your LinkedIn in order to know what are the departments that are inside a company, and you can also talk to your alumni in order to know what are the different types of departments that are inside the company or the industry that you are targeting in order to orient yourself better. So it's better to have a good direction even before you starting. So once you know the direction and you can make a good progress and you can hone your skills, and finally you can end up better in your career. That brings us to part 2, knowing the life cycle of the product. So knowing the life cycle of the product that you are working on is very important, and also to know who are all the stakeholders in the product. The reason being, so let's say that you are actually involved in manufacturing a cell phone, and the cell phone starts from the design and it goes all the way up to sales and marketing. And if you're working as a test engineer, you will not know what is happening around your product. You will only be testing a cell phone, but you will not know how the cell phone was built and how it goes out, and through which team it passes around. You will naturally develop this knowledge of the product's life cycle over years, but if you take that extra effort to know the product life cycle early in your career, it actually helps you again to orient yourself better. For people who have already joined the companies, try to talk to your manager or your mentor in order to know about the product's life cycle that you are working on. So because once you do that, it actually gives you an Assassin's Creed kind of vantage point, so you can just see over everything and everything reveals by itself to you. So that will actually give you an edge over most of the people who are just starting their career. So to summarize, before going to an interview, it's important to know the different departments that are inside the company that you're trying to apply. And the second one is, as soon as you get inside the company, it's very important to know the life cycle of your product and the stakeholders who are actually involved in making the product. So enough talking from me. Peace out.